Hello, welcome to our workout. Today we are doing a body weight workout, so you just need yourself. We are coming down on the floor for some moves, so make sure you have a mat handy. I have one I'm gonna kind of slide over when it gets to be that time. But let's get you warm. We're gonna start with some jumping jacks. So arms all the way up and all the way down. You can jump it if you're comfy with jumping. I'm gonna step for low impact. We'll do another 5 seconds here, then we'll go into side lunges in 3, 2, 1. Stay nice and wide. Side lunges, bend one knee at a time. Tap that opposite foot. We've got a full body workout today. Lots of glutes, lots of triceps, lots of abs. 5 more seconds here. In 3, 2, 1. Let's go into some some kick toes. Stand up nice and tall, kick, tap the opposite foot. Try to keep everything else nice and neutral. And we are just stretching out those hammies. In 3, 2, 1. Let's do some squats. Feet shoulder width apart or a little bit wider. Sit back on your heels. Drop your butt. Chest nice and high. Get down low in that squat. A few more. In 3, 2, 1. Let's do some quad stretch. Grab your foot. Bring it up to your butt. 2 or 3 seconds. Then switch, same thing on the other side. 2 or 3 seconds, then swap it. Little stretch, little balance. You know the drill by now. From here, let's go into hip opener. So open up that hip, bring that leg back, switch sides. Big steps, keeping the hips facing forward. Here comes Sully, getting in on the action. We don't often get a Sully appearance lately. Good. And let's come back just to that squat for a minute and straighten it out into a hamstring stretch. And then rock it back to that squat and back to that hamstring stretch. One more time in that squat. One more time in that hamstring. Let's go right into inchworm. So just walk forward to your plank. Walk it back in. Walk it forward to a plank. Walk it back in. Squeeze in one more. And we'll step forward into your deep lunge with a twisting reach towards that front leg. Then back to your plank, over to the same thing on the other side. Keep going and switch sides. Pull this back a little bit. And from this one, whatever side you're on, just drop that back knee, relax the foot. Push forward so you're in like your deepest lunge, and then come back, get a little hamstring stretch. So we're just gonna stay in the same leg, rocking forward into that deep lunge, and then sitting back into a hamstring stretch. One more time on this leg. And then take this knee back, take the other leg forward, same thing. So leaning forward into that deep lunge, and then sitting back, trying to straighten that front leg into your deep lunge. Forward, and back, forward, and back. One more time, forward, and back. Let's go on to all fours, hands and knees. We'll do cat to cow, so arch the back, look up at the ceiling, round the back, look at the legs. Take your time, nice and slow. Getting that stretch in your abs and your back. In 3, 2, 1. We're going to tuck the toes under, reach into downward dog. Just walk the feet, one heel down, then the other heel down. And from this one, both heels down, walk it in, roll it up. We're not quite done. We're just going to stretch out the upper body a little bit. So we'll do side bends and twists. So give me a side bend each way. And then a twist each way, rotating the upper body. Side bend, twist, and twist. One more time. And last of the warm up, let's do some arm circles. Big circles back, loosen up those shoulders. Couple more. And then give me some open and hugs. Alternate which arm hugs on top. Stretch out your chest and your back. Couple more. And relax. All right. So find your space. Make sure you have a mat handy. How this is going to work is we are going to go through 3 moves. Okay? You will get rest in between each move. Then we're going to switch things up. So like the next time you do those 3 moves, we will either take away the rest in between those 3 moves, or we'll do something where like we do all 3 moves on the right side before we go into all 3 moves on the left side. Something where the second time we go through it, we kind of switch up how it's done, okay? We'll do that for chunks of 3 moves. So 2 times through those 3 moves, then we chuck them, we move on to another 3 moves. We do them 2 times, different the second time, chuck it, move on. Once we've done them all, we do go through the whole thing 1 more time. So you will end up doing 3 rounds of each move, but it's 2 rounds back to back and then 1 round at the end. But that is a speed round. So you will do everything shorter with less rest. So first move is going to be a lunge hold where we're going to straighten and rebend the back leg. So you're gonna find the lunge position kind of a little bit wider than you normally would, and you're gonna hold that bottom position and you're just gonna straighten this back leg, rebend it, straighten it and rebend it. So you're gonna try to stay really low and reach through that heel, okay? We're gonna do 25 seconds on one leg, then we're gonna shake it out and do 25 on the other leg. Ready? In 3, 2, 1. So find that position, nice and wide, straighten, rebend. So get comfy with your arms, whatever feels good. Make sure you stay really low because the tendency is to want to kind of come up like we normally do in a static lunge, but we want to stay low and just get that stretch and that burn in this back leg. 5 more seconds. 3, 2, 1, and rest. So shake it out. We're going to do the exact same thing on the other side. So we're going to find a really wide lunge stance in 5, 3, 2, 1. So find that position and then straighten and rebend. Stay super low so that back knee is like just above the floor. If this is not comfy for you, this is a different sort of move. You could always turn it into a static lunge if that feels better for you. So a static lunge would just be coming up and down like this. In 3, 2, 1, and rest. We're gonna go back to that first leg. We're gonna do forward and back steps. So you kind of need like a little bit of space for this guy because you're gonna go into a forward lunge. That same leg is gonna go into a back lunge and it's just gonna go forward and back. If you can go really smooth front to back without pausing, awesome. I'm gonna do a little tap. Ready? So we have forward, you can go right into your back or you can tap to kind of get that balance. But we're doing the same leg. So I'm not alternating. I'm moving always this same leg and the other leg is staying stationary. Then we'll go into the other side. 8 more seconds. We're not gonna rest between legs on this one. 3, 2, 1, switch sides. So forward lunge, tap it or just go straight back into your back lunge. If you can go smooth, you'll be able to squeeze in more reps. It requires a lot of leg strength and a lot of coordination, a lot of core strength for that balance to switch. Feel those legs. 5 more seconds. 3, 2, 1, and rest. Next up, alternating legs, backwards lunges, 5 pulses at the bottom. So before we switch legs, pulse 2, 3, 4, 5, super low, then come in and switch. Here we go. Take a breath. In 3, 2, 1. Pulse 2, 3, 4, 5. In and switch. Pulse 2, 3, 4, 5. In and switch. Pulse 2, 3, 4, 5. In and switch. Find your pace, your tempo, your range of motion. Make sure the weight is in the heel of the front foot. The knee is tracking over the line of the toe. The chest is nice and high. We're already way more than halfway through it. This is a 1-minute interval. We only have 22 seconds to go. Feel that burn in the glutes and the quads. Last little push here. We have 12 seconds to go. Now just 10. 5 more seconds. In 3, 2, 1, and rest. All right, now we're gonna rest for 30 seconds. We're gonna repeat all 3 moves back to back, just on the right leg. So my right leg is going to be my, which leg? Let me think. The forward leg for the first 2 moves, and it's gonna be the moving leg for the middle move. So right leg forward, left leg back, in 3, 2, 1. Find that wide lunge for straightening and rebending this back leg. So find that burn, that sink point. Now these are 3 moves back to back on one side. 5 more seconds, then we do forward and backward steps. 3, 2, 1. So this leg's gonna go forward and back. Find your space. Whatever method works for you, whether you're doing no tap in the middle or you're tapping in the middle, whether you're going super fast, super smooth, or whether you're kind of slow and breaking it down, whatever you have in the tank. 7 seconds, then we do our static lunge pulse. So right leg's gonna be forward in 3, 2, 1. Pulse, 2, 3, 4, 5. Same leg, don't switch. Pulse, 2, 3, 4, 5. In, same leg. Pulse, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ooh, that glute burn. Almost there. 8 more seconds. You got it. All the way until that rest. In 5, 3, 2, 1. Rest. Shake it out. Give yourself a little stretch, little breath. We're doing the exact same thing on the other side. So this time the left leg is going to be forward on the first and third move. Left leg is going to be moving on the middle move. Here we go. Left leg forward, lunge, hold, straightening the back leg. Let's do it. Find that position, straighten, rebend. Really reach through that heel. Make that leg really straight, really long. This one's only 25 seconds. You got it. Now we only have 8 seconds to go. Then we're doing forward and back steps. The left leg is going to be moving this time. 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Left leg goes forward. Left leg goes back. Tap or smooth. Breathing the whole way through. 15 seconds down. 15 to go. Now just 10. Next up is going to be static lunges with 5 pulses. Left leg is front. In 3, 2, 1. Left leg forward. Pulse. 2, 3, 4, 5. In. Same leg. Pulse. 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's go. Let's go. Get low. Keep that weight in the heel of the front foot. Make sure that knee is tracking over that toe. 7 seconds. In 3, 2, 1, and rest. All right. Whew, we got some cardio moves coming up. 30 seconds each move. First move is called invisible ladder. It's like high knee run. So you're going to drive those knees up, go for a little jog, but you're going to be climbing up a ladder at the same time. So climb, climb, climb. Okay. Do what feels comfy for you. We're trying to do kind of like same arm as leg. That way you get a little bit of abs too. Low impact. You're with me, marching. Ready? Let's do it. So jog it out if you can. Low impact right here. All you have to do for high impact is jog this instead of stepping it. So driving the knee up, arms up and down. The coordination between the upper and lower body, I know it feels silly, definitely feels silly, but it really works. Like your heart rate is so much higher with those arms involved and rest than it would be just doing high knees. Next up, squat heel tap, low impact for everybody. Squat, drive it up, squat, drive it up. I'm tapping the inside of my foot, kind of like between my ankle and my heel really. And you can make it harder by just boom, bouncing it nice and quick. Let's go. Squat, tap. So you can push that pace if you're feeling good. If you want to go a little higher impact, we're not jumping. You can kind of bounce it. You can kind of push that pace. 15 seconds down, 15 to go. Feeling the legs, especially those hips and the glutes. 10 seconds. Almost there. Get low in that squat. Stand it up tall. Tap the inside of that foot. 3, 2, 1. Rest. Next up, burpee with 5 mountain climbers at the bottom. Right and left leg is 1 rep. If you can, you're gonna do yours all the way on the floor. To protect my abs from that plank position, I'm gonna do it elevated and step it. So I'll be here, I'll drive in 1, 2, 3, all the way to 5, then in and up. Ready? Let's go. Jump it back. 5 mountain climbers. Right and left is 1 rep. Once you get through all 5, jump or step in and up. Then right back into that plank for another 5 mountain climbers. Almost there, 10 seconds. Let's get sweaty on these ones. In 3, 2, 1, rest. We're repeating those same 3 moves with no rest. So we have the invisible ladder, we have the squat with the foot taps, and we have the burpees with the 5 mountain climbers at the bottom. They go by quick, it's only 30 seconds. We got it. Here we go in 5, 3, 2, 1. Same arm as leg. Jog it if you can. You're running with those knees up at your hip crease or your belly button. If that's your range of motion, if you're good with high impact. You're with me. We're still pushing that pace. We're still challenging ourselves, but we're keeping it low impact by stepping instead of running. 8 seconds, right into our squat with our foot tap in 5, 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Squat, tap it. Now remember, you can kind of bounce it. You can kind of push that pace. If you want to go a little higher impact, you have a little extra steam. 20 seconds. See, we're getting there already. Get that knee out to the side. Lift that foot up high. Work those hips. Almost there. In 10 seconds, right into our burpee with our 5 mountain climbers. 5 seconds. Go, go, go. In 3, 2, 1. Jump back. 5 mountain climbers at the bottom. Right and left is 1 rep. So if you're counting every single drive, that's 10 knee drives. Keep those abs nice and tight. Push that pace. 10 more seconds. You are jumping and you are on the floor if you don't need to modify. 3, 2, 1. Rest. Whew. New moves. We're coming down on the mat now. We're gonna do some sideline tricep push-ups. So we're gonna lay on our side, like we're just chilling. Relax this top arm, like right underneath you, or sorry, bottom arm. Top arm goes right in front of your chest. You're gonna push yourself up using that tricep. Control the drop back down. You ready? 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Try just to use that arm. What the body's gonna wanna do is use the bottom arm and use your obliques to try to press you up. Really try to give all that work to the top arm, to that tricep. 15 seconds down, 15 to go. Now, if you're feeling good, maybe as soon as you tap that floor, you're back up, pressing, controlling the drop, pressing, controlling the drop. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. We're gonna switch sides. So the exact same thing on the other side in 5. Top arm right in front of your chest. And let's do it. Press it up, control the drop, squeeze that tricep. Really try to get that activation, that little pop in that tricep. Lower body is just totally relaxed. Gentle bend in the knees. They're at like a 45-degree angle. They don't matter so much. We're worried about the tricep. And try to make sure your feet stay on the floor. Sometimes what happens is like we're kind of throwing our legs up to try to help us out. Just the arms. 3, 2, 1, and rest. Now we can stay on the side. We're gonna end up switching sides again. Side lying hip raise. So we're here, same gentle bend. We're gonna come up and then we're gonna try to kick this leg out. Then we come back down. If it is a new move for you, it doesn't feel comfy, just do the side lying hip raise. It'll give you some modifications, but let's go for it. So come up, little kick, then come back down. Up, little kick, then come back down. If you wanna put it together, a little bit smoother, go for it. Keep going if that feels good. If you need some help, use your arm, and you could always just press up or press up with just the leg lift and forget about the kick. 10 more seconds. You got it. Lifting that hip off that floor. 3, 2, 1. Switch sides. Same thing on the other side. We should be feeling the bottom glute, and we get a little bit of that top glute when we kick. Rest on that forearm, gentle bend in the knees. Let's go. Up, kick, and back down. Up, kick. We also get a little bit of this bottom oblique just from coming up into that side plank. And remember, you can make it harder by being a little more fluid. We don't want to rush it, but we can like increase the pace a little bit. We can make it easier by using this top arm to help you and taking away the kick or even taking away the full leg lift. 5 seconds. In 3, 2, 1, and rest. We're gonna come up onto all fours, hands and knees. We're gonna start with one leg. We're gonna bring that knee up to this elbow, and then we're gonna give it a little donkey kick back at a spot where we can feel that glute. So kind of in like the middle, like we're starting to reach towards the top corner, but you play around with it. Ready? Stay in the same leg. Knee to elbow, kick it back. Knee to elbow, little crunch, kick it back. I'm going to show from the side so you can see that crunch a little better. So here we feel the oblique, then we kick it back. We don't want to twist the hips. We don't want to like twist into a side plank. We want to keep everything nice and steady. 10 more seconds. Crunch it, kick it back. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1, and rest. Shake it out. Even that supporting glute should have a little burn. We're going to do the exact same thing on the other side. In 3, 2, 1. Knee to elbow crunch into your kickback. Knee to elbow crunch into the kickback. See if you can actually connect the knee and the elbow together or get as close as you can and really play around. Find that spot where you kick back, where you can feel that glute. Keeping the hips level. 10 more seconds. 5 more seconds. 3, 2, 1, and rest. Okay, so we're gonna repeat those 3 moves. Everything on one side and then on the other. So you know how we did side lying tricep push-up, then we switched to do it on the other side, then we did the side lying hip raise, we switched to do it on the other side. Not this time. We're gonna find one side and we're gonna stay there. Okay, so it matters more for the not switching sides for the first 2 moves, but we'll get there. Just the tricep push-up in 3, 2, 1. So we are like totally chilling on this one. This is one where you lay totally flat on your side. The top arm is just in front of your chest, pressing up with all that power coming from the tricep. 15 seconds down, 15 to go. Find a pace that works for you. In 10 seconds, we're gonna stay on this side, but we're gonna pop up onto the forearm for a side lying hip raise with that optional kick. In 3, 2, 1, let's go for it. Pop it up and kick. All the way hip down, hip up and kick. We wanna squeeze that glute to get that lift, then kick that leg. 15 seconds down, 15 to go. In 10 seconds, we're gonna come onto all fours and I want you to use your bottom leg. Whatever's your bottom leg right now, that's what you're gonna be moving. 3, 2, 1. Hands and knees. So whatever was the bottom leg, that's the one you're doing the crunch into the kickback, because that's the side we just worked the most on that sideline hip raise. So we want to increase that time under tension by giving it a little more work to do right now. 10 seconds, then we get to rest before we switch sides. In 5, a very short rest. 3, 2, 1, and rest. Coming on down to the other side for the same thing. So starting with the sideline tricep push up. So we're totally laying flat. In 10 seconds, we're going to press up. Here we go in 5, 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Press it up. Control the drop. "15 seconds down, 15 to go." In 10 seconds, right into the sideline hip raise. So up onto your forearm in 5, 3, 2, 1. Find that position, up with the leg kick, optional. And ideally, we're not using the top arm to help us balance. We're halfway there, 15 down, 15 to go. In 12 seconds, onto your hands and knees. We're doing the knee to elbow crunch into the kickback, and we're going to use the bottom leg to move. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Hands and knees. Drive that knee outside the elbow so we can feel that oblique. And then take it back into that kickback, play around, find that position. Where do you feel it? We want to feel it. That's why we're here. We want to work. 12 more seconds, then we get to rest. In 7, in 5, 3, 2, 1, and rest. We're going to stay down here. We're going to do some abs. So this is going to require some explaining on my part. We're coming into a hollow body position. So you're going to lay down on your back, and you're going to try to glue your back into the floor, crunch up so you can look at your feet. That's what your upper body is doing. Your hands are going to come. So let me pause this. This is going to take a little longer. So your legs are going to be out just above the floor. Okay, if that feels good. If you need to, the legs are going to rest totally on the floor, or if you want to make it easier, they're going to be bent like mine are, okay? One knee is going to drive it at a time. You're already in that crunch position. You're going to drive that knee in, and you're going to do resistance knees in. So this hand is going to push against that leg like crazy. Feel that burn, then extend that leg back out, and the other leg then comes in. Push, 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 extend it out. Okay, so it's like kind of like you're going to do bicycles, like you're driving in one knee, then the next, one knee, then the next. It's just when that knee drives in, I want you to push as hard as you can. Your knee trying to come in towards your face, your hands pushing it away from your face. Stay there, like make sure you feel that tension for like 3 seconds. That's where your abs are really going to contract, where you're going to feel it, okay? So hardest, head is crunched up, watching your feet, and the legs are just like above the floor a little bit. If you want to make it easier, you can leave the legs on the floor and just let one knee lift off the ground and come in at a time, okay? If you want to make it easier, bend the legs. We ready? In 3, 2, 1, let's go. So I'm going to do a super modified version. You're going to do a harder version. We are both pushing against our legs, letting that breath out. And rest. Next up, we're going to do leg drops. So lay totally flat on your back, head included is laying down. You're going to take both legs up. I'm just going to demo it with one. You're going to slowly and controlling without losing controlling, slow and controlling without losing the ab connection or the back. And you're going to come all the way to the floor or as close as you can without losing it. and then back up. If you want to make it easier, add a bend to the knees. Ready? Let's do it. So come on up, leg drops, go for it. Slow and controlled. I'm just going to do one leg at a time. You're going to do both legs together. Lifting up from the pelvic floor, into the spine, wrapping those obliques around to tap the belly button. We are flexed, we are breathing. 5 more seconds. 3, 2, 1, and rest. All right, we're gonna come up into a straddle sit. So we're gonna sit up, we're gonna spread our legs out nice and wide, and we're just gonna do a crunch from one side to the next, trying to keep the upper body super tall. And let's go for it. This one doesn't take much explaining, so I can pretty much do this one with you guys. Although you might be able to get a little bit deeper into that crunch, but just make sure you're sitting up really tall. We're still flexed. We're still holding on to that core connection. We're trying to dip over from one side to the next, feeling those obliques. So find that mind muscle connection. Think about the stretch on one side and the crunch on the other side. In 3, 2, 1, and rest. All right, we're coming down to do all 3 back to back, no rest. So first we have the resistance, hollow knees in, then we have the leg drops, and then we have the straddle sit. Here we go. Hollow is nothing should be touching the floor except like your low back or your back area, but we can modify. Let's go for it. So drive one knee in at a time, push it away for like 3 seconds, then switch sides. Hardest version is your legs are straight, just off the floor. Little bit easier. Legs are straight, but they're on the floor resting in between reps. If you want to modify further, you can copy me or do a version of what I'm doing. 7 seconds, then we go right into leg drops. In 3, 2, 1, take both legs up, control the drop. So you're laying totally flat this time. Let your head relax onto the floor. I'm just making it a little bit easier for my core by doing one leg at a time. You could make it a little bit easier by adding a gentle bend to your knees or just staying up higher so you don't have to come all the way down to the floor if you're losing that core connection. 5 more seconds, then straddle sit in 3, 2, 1. Sit up, nice wide, nice and tall from the rib cage or from the waist up. And just kind of dipping one elbow over at a time, getting that crunch and that stretch. You're already more than halfway through it. This one is all about the obliques. Feel it for 8 more seconds, then we get to rest. In 3, 2, 1, and rest. All right, we're gonna chill and we're gonna do that whole thing again as a speed round. So everything is shorter. If we did something for a minute, it's 40 seconds. If we did something for 30 seconds, it's 20 seconds. You get the idea. But there's also no rest. We're just gonna try to move through it as quickly as we can. One move right into the next. Obviously, sometimes we literally have to change positions or switch sides. So that'll eat away maybe like 2 or 3 seconds. That's okay. And sometimes I've selected the version of switching legs, and sometimes we've been doing everything on one side, everything on the other. So just I'll cue you for what's coming up next, but you still have 15 seconds. So just breathe. First move up is going to be your lunge hold with that straighten and rebend of the back leg. We ready? In 5, 3, 2, 1, let's go for it. So find that lunge nice and low, kind of a wider stance than you might normally choose for your lunge. And we're just straightening that back leg, keeping the front leg where it is. In 5 seconds, we're gonna switch legs, no rest. 3, 2, 1, switch legs into that position, go for it. Same thing again. Breathing, keeping that heel of the front foot on the floor, reaching through that back heel. In 5 seconds, forward and backwards lunge, whatever leg you want to do. 3, 2, 1, forward and back, step it. You can tap or you can smooth it out. Super quick, got 10 seconds. Then we're gonna go into the other leg. In 5, 3, 2, 1, switch legs, forward and back. How those legs feeling? Should have a nice big burn by now. 8 more seconds, then alternating backwards lunges with our 5 pulses. 3, 2, 1, let's do it. Pulse, 2, 3, 4, 5, in and switch, pulse, 2, 3, 4, 5. Keep that tempo going. You did this for 1 minute. This is only 40 seconds. Now we only have 18 seconds. Then we're into that cardio section. So we've got invisible ladder coming up in 12. Almost there. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Jog it if you can. March it with me if you're going low impact. Either way, get those knees up, power up, gentle landing, same arm as left. In 7 seconds, squat heel tap. 5, 3, 2, 1. Squat, heel tap. Move that body. We want that breath to be heavy. This is our cardio section. So put in that work now. Everything else is pretty strength focused, pretty slow and controlled. 5 seconds, then burpee, 5 mountain climbers. 3, 2, 1. On the floor, jump back, 5 mountain climbers. And then jump in and up, then do it again. 10 seconds, then sideline tricep push-ups. 3, 2, 1. On the floor, all the way down, sideline tricep push-up. Press it up, control the drop. We're in the home stretch of this workout. You've been through over 29 minutes. We have like 2 minutes and 40 seconds to go. 3, 2, 1, sideline hip raise with your kick. In 10 seconds, all fours, we're gonna use the bottom leg is the one that's gonna be moving. All 4, knee to elbow crunch kickback. 3, 2, 1, let's go. Knee to elbow crunch, right into your kickback. Let's feel those obliques. And let's feel those glutes. Even the supporting leg should have a nice healthy burn. 5 more seconds, then sideline tricep push-ups on the other side. In 3, 2, 1, let's go. Lay flat. Top arm just in front of that chest. Squeeze that tricep to get that lift. Last little burn for those triceps. In 5 seconds, sideline hip raise, optional kick. 3, 2, 1. Get that leg up. Kick it out if you are. Feel that bottom glute squeeze to get that lift. 10 seconds down, 10 to go. Next up, we're gonna be on all fours. Knee to elbow crunch to kick back, bottom leg. 3, 2, 1. Hands and knees, let's go. Drive it in, feel that crunch. Kick it back. Find that spot where you can really feel that glute on that kickback. In 10 seconds, ab section, resistance, hollow body knees in, alternating knees in, 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1, on your back, head and legs off the floor if you can. 1 knee in at a time. Press your hands into it. They're fighting against each other for a few seconds. 5 more seconds and leg drops. In 3, 2, 1, both legs up, lay flat. Slow and controlled drop to the floor as close as you can get it, then back up to do it again. You can make it easier by staying up a little higher, bending the knees, or doing 1 leg at a time like I am. 5 seconds, then our straddle sit. 3, 2, 1, sit up, wide stance. Oh, just moving from position to position. It's like it gets me sweating buckets. Oh. think I've reached that point in pregnancy where it's like, you can't even tell if these workouts are hard or if I just can't move. 3, 2, 1, and rest. Great job. Stay right where you are. Let's stretch. We're in the straddle sit already, so we're going to stay there. Enjoy this Sully experience. He's just going to stop right in front of the camera to do a scratch. Perfect. Side bend here, stretching out that oblique. Let's switch sides. Same thing. Big reach over. Give that oblique a nice stretch. It did some crunches. It did some straddle crunches. And let's go forward. So both hands forward. We're just going to reach as far as we can, stretching out the hamstrings, the inner thighs, the hips. 5 more seconds here. Try to get a little deeper into that stretch. And let's sit up tall. Let's do a figure 4 seated hip stretch. So crossing one leg over the other, pushing that knee away as much as you can, sitting up nice and close. You should be able to feel the hip and the glute of the crossed over leg. Stay there for 5 more seconds, then we'll do the other side in 3, 2, 1, and switch it. Same thing, cross that leg over, push that knee over. See if you can push your body towards it a little bit. Really feeling that stretch. Get that knee away from you, but get your body towards that leg. Breathe, breathe, breathe. 5 seconds, then we'll go into pigeon. In 3, 2, 1. Bend one knee. Straighten out that back leg. Let's find that pigeon. You can sit up, you can lay down, whatever feels good. Just find that spot where you can feel the glute and the hip of that front leg. Stay there, take a nice deep breath. 3, 2, 1. Slide that leg back, slide the other leg forward. Same thing on the other side. Finding that glute and hip stretch. Stay there for 2 deep breaths, sinking lower with each breath. So try to get the hips further and further down into the floor. 3, 2, 1. Tuck the back toe under. We'll reach into downward dog. So reach through those heels, feel the stretch all along the back of your leg. Oh, how good does that feel? Oh, the calves, the hamstrings. If you were jumping on that cardio section, those calves might be tight. Stay there for 1 more deep breath. And then walk it in. Stay there. Hamstrings, enjoy it for another second. Give yourself a gentle bend in the knees. Slowly roll yourself up. We're going to do a quad stretch so you can hold on to something to balance, or you can just balance where you are. Grab that foot, bring it up to your butt. All those lunges, top on those quads. So stretch them out. Stay there for 1 more deep breath, then we'll do the other side in 5, 3, 2, 1. Switch it, same thing. Grab the foot, bring it up to the butt. Find that stretch. Stay there for 1 more deep breath. Stay there for 5. In 3, 2, 1. Tricep. Grab that elbow behind the head. Nice gentle pull. Hand dangles down the back. All those tricep push-ups. Release that tension. 1 more deep breath. In 5, 3, 2, 1. Switch it. Gentle pull. Find the same stretch on the other side. Stay there for 1 more deep breath. In 5, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Thank you so much for sweating with me. I will see you in the next one.